Hello, everybody. Gage says it's empty. Let's go see what's in the fridge today. Hey guys, thanks for stopping by Gregsbeerreviews today. I do appreciate it. Today's beer comes from Carton Brewing Company. This is Sundae, and this is a great big Russian Imperial Stout coming in at 10%. And on the front of the can here it says Neapolitan Russian Imperial Stout, aged in cognac barrels with walnuts and maraschino cherries. IBUs are 24, 10%er. Date on the can 3/22/18, and today is the 14th of April, so only about 3 weeks old here, guys. Pretty fresh for a 10% Russian Imperial Stout. This was sent to me by my brother Rico, and he writes on this one, 10% Neapolitan Russian Imperial Stout. This is basically their cosmonaut Imperial Stout, put down in cognac barrels with walnuts and maraschino cherries for a full year, a long time. Chocolate, vanilla, and strawberry freeze-dried ice cream was also used to brew the base of this beer. A lot of stuff in here. Super Galena hops were used, which lends a strawberry hop tone. This marks the second year that has been brewed and canned. First batch in 17. He said he traded for this last week, and it's a brewery-only release, and it's $20 for a 4-pack. When they leave something in a barrel for a whole year, that tends to make the beer cost a little bit more, guys. And this is just a little 12-ounce can. But it's $20 for a 4-pack. And he said it was canned, like I told you, on March 22nd of 2018. So about 3 weeks old. Like I said, today is the 14th of April. So let's see what this brings to the table. Final beer of the evening for me. As far as IBUs, I told you what they were, and it was like 24. Commercial description on Untappd. It's fairly long, bear with me here. The first stride along the path was enough Super Galena in the middle of the bowl, lending a strawberry hop tone and vanilla and chocolate malt notes, creating a Russian Imperial Stout with a different gate. The move to let's throw some Neapolitan ice cream in there and see what happens isn't a giant leap, going from a big bold stout with a chocolate, vanilla, and strawberry freeze-dried ice cream to branded walnuts and cherry on top, right? It's actually a small step. Sundae is a cosmonaut put down in cognac barrels with maraschino cherries and walnuts for a year. Drink Sundae because this one is for you, Mr. Gorski. So, should be a very tasty final beer of the evening. We're going to see what this brings to the table and see if I can pick up on all those notes and different things they throwed into this batch. With the freeze-dried ice cream and being barrel aged in cognac barrels and walnuts and all that. A lot of stuff in this beer. So let's see what it brings to the table. We've talked about everything we need to talk about. Got the ABV, the IBUs, and the canned on date. So I wish everybody would do that. Give us all 3 bits of information. So into the glass we go here. Pretty dark coming out. I will tell you while I'm pouring this, food pairing is a general chocolate dessert digestive. Glassware is a pint glass, Becker, and Nonic tumbler snifter. I got my favorite tulip glass. It says here can be sold for a long period of time. I don't see any notes of any kind of coffee being added to it. So I would think you probably could sell this for a while. It's already been in the barrels for a year. So very nice. So let's set the can back up there. Fairly aggressive back end pour. and hardly any lacing. Just a little bit around the outside, not even covering the top of the beer on that one. Very dark, guys. I'm not getting any light at all. Pretty dark beer, very typical for a Russian Imperial Stout. To the nose we go. Right now I'm just getting a rich roasted malt, maybe a hint of caramel toffee and black molasses. Not getting any kind of strawberries on the nose. And cognac, I'm not even getting that. I mean, smells very typical for a Russian Imperial Stout. Hopefully those notes and aromas are going to come out as it comes up to room temperature, or maybe even on the taste. So a lot of times I can't pick it up on the nose, but I get it on the taste. It's got a little bit of a nice sweetness to it, maybe some bittersweet chocolate. Smells pretty good, so let's dive in and see what we got. Cheers, everybody. Cheers, Rico. Now, on the taste, I am getting some barrel aging from being in the cognac barrels for a whole year. A little bit of cherries from the maraschino cherries. A little bit of vanilla. Hints of a little bit, but subdued right now because it's cold right out of the fridge, of some coconut. As far as the ice cream, I'm not getting it right now, guys. But it does have a very nice sweetness, and now I'm getting... on the nose, I'm getting some walnuts. So as it opens up and gets warmer and comes up to room temperature, some of those aromas and flavors are going to come out, I'm sure. I'm getting some walnuts on the nose right now. And it hasn't been a minute or two since I first put my nose to it. So a lot of stuff going on in this beer here, guys. I will tell you, for a 10%er, the alcohol is very well hidden. Very well made beer. The guys at Carton do some really tasty stuff. I would buy their beers if I could get them here. I've had some really tasty stuff from them, and they're famous for their graphics and their orange colored cans with those graphics on them. So, well, let me sip on this, let her taste it, and let it come up to room temperature. A dark beer here, so I might have to step out on the deck and puff on a cigar for a little bit while I'm sipping on it and coming up to room temperature. It's like 80 degrees out there today, so it won't take long for it to come up to room temperature. And we'll come back and see where she ends up. Alright, guys, I'm back. Got just a little left here. Been sipping on it probably close to an hour now. And those walnuts and strawberries have come out. Very noticeable now that it's come up to room temperature. It's probably about 80 degrees. Wonderful beer. Absolutely outstanding beer. Roasted malt, caramel, toffee, black molasses, strawberries. I'm getting the cognac from the barrels. Some woodiness, some coconut and vanilla. And there might be a little hint of that Neapolitan ice cream now. So, a very nice dessert beer. A great final beer of the evening, or to have as dessert or with your dessert. Very nice. Giving us all the information on the can, the IBUs, ABV, and the canned on date. 2 thumbs up to the guys at Carton Brewing for giving us all that information. A lot of breweries don't give us all that, and these guys do, and I appreciate that. So, final chug. Wow. Very, very nice. A little pricey beer, but you got to realize this beer set in the barrels for a whole year. So it's taking up space in the brewery. And they got to price that accordingly. This is a little 12-ounce can, and it's done in 4 packs, but it is a 10%er. Whole year in the barrels. A lot of stuff went into making this beer with the ice cream and the walnuts and aged in the cognac barrels. Very tasty, guys. Very, very tasty. A great dessert beer. Very, very tasty. And I would buy this beer, or their beers in general, if I could get them here. They do some really tasty stuff, guys. So, for me, guys, I think it's outstanding. It's exactly what they say it is on the can. Can't think of anything that I would say to change this beer. Tasty. A 10 beer for me, guys. It's a 10, 100. Over to Beer Advocate. If I can get this thing to work. Beer Advocate says 4.4 out of 5. That's definitely in their A range, guys. And over to Untapped, they say it's outstanding. I agree with that. It is an outstanding beer. And over to Untapped, they have it 4.24. Awesome numbers from those guys too. Definitely an A beer, guys. Whether you consider those numbers A minus, A, I stepped up to the plate. It's a 10 beer for me. It's absolutely awesome. I love this beer. It's absolutely outstanding. So can't think of a thing I would say to change the beer. Very nice. Very well done. Alcohol 10%. It drinks like an 8%. You could get in trouble with this, and be careful. Drink this one at home or have a designated driver. It wouldn't take very many. One of these is enough in the state of Virginia if you went through a road check to get you in trouble. So if you drink this somewhere that it's, even if it's available at a brew pub or a bar somewhere up where these guys are at, just be aware of that, guys. Drink responsibly. Don't want you to hurt yourself or anybody, any innocent people or children. Very nice beer. That's why I drink my beers here. Yeah. I got them all down in the bed back there. I ain't driving anywhere. I ain't doing anything stupid. So, that being said, if you've had this one from Carton Brewing, this is their Sundae, which is a Russian Imperial Stout brewed with a whole lot of stuff. Walnuts and freeze-dried ice cream and aged in cognac barrels. Very awesome, guys. Very tasty beer. So, if you've had it, let me know what you think, guys. Till we meet again, let's go see what's in the fridge.